Hey, it's Tom at Sweet Maria's, and I was just roasting on my Roost sample roaster, and something went wrong. The heating element died, and I'll show you if you want to look at the graph here, you'll see that it never reached second crack, and we just had this huge temperature drop. This is the first time it's happened to me, but I know this is one of the main things that you should be prepared to do yourself. And we're going to go through it the first time I've ever done it, but it's 5 minutes. I watched their video and I thought, well, we should make our own. So let's go through this together and replace a heating element. You should get a spare heating element with your kit, and we also have them available at Sweet Maria's to get to you very quickly if this happens to you. So all we really need to do is we're going to have to take off the top panel, and we're going to have to remove one ribbon cable. So there's four 2.5 millimeter screws here. Let's see, is this right? Well, I have to find the right Allen wrench. And it seems like I've had to do the deep cleaning on this machine before, so I've been in here quite a few times, and just to poke around and look out of curiosity. But I really, gosh, is it 2 years and 2,500 roasts? This is the first time I've replaced the heating element. This is the original one that came with it. And one deep cleaning cycle. And that's really all I've had to do here. So you'll see there is a release screw right there. And it's the same 2.5 millimeter. I just have to undo it a little and it comes right off. And that should be my top. And I've got this connector here. So I'm going to place this back here, see if that's good enough to not remove it. Now the only cable I need to remove, my heating element is right under here. And obviously this is the ribbon cable to the front display. And I hate handling these things, but I'll be careful here. And all you do is you loosen it here. I need to by gently pulling here. So you just pull on you just put a fingernail in and you pull back evenly on the black part. Okay, now I have the other wrench that comes with it that's slightly larger. And this is my heating element right here, if you want to see this. And I have two screws. Now, the Roost video tells you do not drop these screws, because if you drop them down into the machine, you're going to have to probably take off one of the side plates to get to it. So I'm just going to be really careful as I remove these. Okay, so these two are off. And this is what we're looking at. We have the, and I need to undo my wires here. I have a blue and a white. And I am going to quickly grab a Sharpie, because I tend to have issues with memory. And I'm going to just tag this. Okay. And I believe, now I have not seen these before. It just flips up and you pull out. Is that correct? There we go. Okay, so I flipped it up totally perpendicular, and it releases the raw wire. It's a pretty cool little connector. Those Norwegians. Okay, so there's my two wires. And now I should just be able to pull this up. And there we go. Now, from the Roost video, it talks about you have this is a kind of paper. It's mica, and then there's the tube. Now, when he removes it in their video, he doesn't actually pull the mica tube out. He talks about the mica tube. Here's the heating element. So mine pulled the mica tube out with it. He does talk about you want to inspect this and make sure it's not damaged at all, and then you can reuse it. And here's my heating element. So I'm going to go ahead and place this back in just as it was. Okay, and it just fits right in, and I'm just going to push it down. A little bit of dust there. Great. Now the other thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to take off the metal plate here because we're going to reuse that. So I'm just going to work that up the wires gently. Actually, I think I'll just pull out the one. And this one actually has a connector on it, so it might be a little more difficult to pull through here. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure if this is the way yours is going to look. Mine actually has a connector here, so it's not going to pull very easily through this. I'm going to just check the new element here a second and see. Oh, and it does actually have the mica tube. Yeah, it does have the connector. It does have the same sort of connector here. Okay. So actually I'm going to just go ahead and replace this mica tube as well. Just take the whole thing out, put in a new one. It's interesting, if you can see this, I don't know if you can get that, but there is a bimetal strip here. These are safety disconnects for overheat right here. Maybe that is what cut out. I'm not seeing anything happened here. Just going to make sure I get this right. There it is. So I'm going to place the mica tube down. There's a certain way it fits. Make sure the wires are coming out that direction. Rotate this so it makes sense. Make sure it's all the way down. And we're ready to put our screws in. So now we're just reversing what we did before. There we go. Kind of using a little force to get it to line up right. That's fine. You just get this first one threaded a little. Second one threaded without dropping it. It's probably hard to see around my fat fingers. And I dropped it. I'm gonna go get the thing because I don't want to fish it out. So this is what I was talking about, and it's all ugly because I've used it so much because I'm klutzy and I drop things. So anyway, it's a magnet on a thing, and you just go down and boom, screw. It's a lot better than taking things off. Get one of these. Okay, let's try again. I'll put the second screw in. Okay, now we're back. So that's attached. Now I'm going to attach my connectors. Jeez, there we go. So easy. And white. Just in case you didn't mark these, so blue goes to blue, and white here is connected to the red, or the that's probably the fat. Well, they're both pretty fat. So if you happen to get it, not make a note of that, white goes to red, blue goes to blue. Let's just push those down a little out of the way. Now what are we ready to do? Our next thing is our ribbon connector. I'm going to go ahead and thread it through like it was before. I don't know entirely if that's necessary, but it kind of kept it in position here. So the blue side of the ribbon goes up. That's the way we took it off. And I had to pull out the black to push it in, and then I'm just going to push the black in there. And then I'm going to tug just gently against it, and it's grabbing it. But the ends of these ribbons don't have a plastic component in them part. They're just kind of, well, that feels a little loose. I'm going to just do it again. Pull out the black, push in gently. Just make sure it's seated there and sort of push in the black part. If it doesn't work, our display is just not going to work, and we can fix that. And I'm ready to put this back in position. And I don't know if this is recommended, but I'm going to actually power it on before I put the last screws in, just to see if my display works. So, and then I'll power it off to finish. If my display didn't work, then I didn't seat that ribbon correctly, and I don't feel 100% confident. The display is on, so obviously that worked. Okay, so it's just reconnecting Wi-Fi with the power off, so that's fine. And I'm going to actually power it down and finish what I was doing. So when you put the knob on, you just want to make sure that the flat side, that you're lining up this set screw with the flat side of the knob, and then you can tighten it. And all of these screws, don't overdo it, tightening them and stuff. These are just holding a plate in, holding a knob in. You don't want to strip them. You don't want to round out the little Allen hex head on them. So technically speaking, we're done. Plug it in. I'm going to turn it on, see if we get the Wi-Fi error. Then I'm just going to confirm that it's heating and make sure we actually did our job. We're 24C. Let's put the power on. See, the power goes up to 100%. And yes, there goes our heating elements. All of our temperatures are going up, which it wasn't doing previous to this. So that's replacing a heating element with all that's hiccups here and all the little things that can go wrong. Get yourself one of these. You won't regret it. And thanks.